The Braves' longest July homestand is off to a booming start. Winning 3 of 4 against the Cardinals is a perfect way to start a 10-game pre-All-Star break run against the National League East. 7 of the next 10 Braves games are against the last-place Nats. And with the All-Star game and the Mets coming up Monday, now's the time to drop the tomahawk and head to the break hot. Good teams beat rebuilding ones. Great teams take care of today's business. The goal? Go 1-0 tonight. Surging Charlie Morton takes the ball on the Friday night showdown from Red Hot Atlanta next on Bally Sports. World champion Atlanta Braves baseball is presented by Truist. It's a hot, steamy Friday night here in Atlanta as the Braves and Nationals resume hostilities, the start of a 3-game weekend set. Juan Soto is healthy and hot. Ronald Acuna Jr. hopes to get hot as the Braves, who played so well against the Nats, send Charlie Morton to the mound to open up a big weekend series. Hi again, everybody, along with Jeff Francoeur, Chip Carey. Welcome back upstairs for Braves baseball. A tremendous series with the St. Louis Cardinals. The Braves took 3 out of 4, Jeffrey, and by the way, it's great to have you back. Now it's a different challenge. You got the last place Nats. You know the Mets are coming. The All-Star break is lurking. Can the Braves take care of business over these next 10 days?
Well, I'll tell you what, you can't overlook these 3 games. These are important. We always talk about how every single game matters in the standings, and the Braves have played great baseball the last 6 weeks. Now you look at what they've done against sub-500 teams. They've done an outstanding job. Really, the last 4 years, we talk about taking care of business in your division, especially teams under 500. And so, look, you got great matchups. You got an offense that's rolling right now, and you see what they've done the last 2 seasons against the Nats, that they've struggled. You don't want to let these teams feel they're in the game late. Bury them early, and you know what? Take 2 out of 3 at least, if not sweep.
The Braves have really done great damage against Eric Fetty, who starts for the Nationals tonight, and Charlie Morton's coming off a 7-inning masterpiece in his last start up in Cincinnati against the Reds. You know what it is. It's the Friday night showdown. It's presented by Kaiser Permanente. We'll get things started with the Braves and the Washington Nationals next on Bally Sports.
To buy the GMC Sierra heavy-duty truck. Xfinity. Supercharge your home with supersonic Wi-Fi. Unbeatable internet only from Xfinity. And by NASCAR. Get your tickets online for NASCAR in Atlanta July 10th at AtlantaMotorspeedway.com.
It is an Atlanta steamer tonight on a Friday at Truist Park for the Nationals and the Atlanta Braves. Another packed house is gathering. Friday night fireworks, the Friday night showdown, and the last place Nationals in town for game 1 of the weekend set. Davey Martinez will join Brian Snitker on the All-Star game staff. His Toyota starting lineup has struggled. They've been outscored by 21 runs during a 1-6 July, but on their Toyota lineup, Jeff, you've got to worry about Soto and Cruz and Josh Bell. That's a pretty good trio that Charlie Morton will tangle with this weekend starting tonight.
Yeah, and for Charlie, it's coming off a great start in Cincinnati. He was brilliant, 10 strikeouts, had a no-hitter through, what, 6 1/3 there. Good thing for Charlie, too. Look, 6 lefties in the lineup, Chip. Lefties in June and July, 1 for 29 off Charlie's curveball. Much better.
Yeah, early in the season, that curveball was a pitch that he was hitting guys with.
Yep.
Now they're not hitting anything. So with that in mind, Jeff, Ford keys to keep the train rolling on the homestand.
Early contact. You know, this is a team that likes to swing. They put the ball in play. I think Charlie can get some weak contact. And look, business as usual. They have absolutely dominated Fetty over in the Washington side, Chip. Do not let him out. 378 as a team for the starting lineup tonight against Fetty. Good opportunity to get out early.
So Cesar Hernandez, Soto, and Bell, the first 3 for Charlie Morton. The Braves sporting their home reds on this muggy night at Truist Park. No breeze to speak of. Braves have had good luck against the Nats. They've beaten them 4 out of 6 to start the year. And Charlie's first pitch is tapped. 1 pitch, 1 out, soft contact. They listen to you. Good start for Charlie.
They did.
Yeah, I mean, that's this team puts the ball in play. They do not strike out a whole bunch, and so you got to figure the way Charlie's been pitching with that fastball, curveball. I think he's got a chance to get 6, 7, 8 outs like that. 1-2 pitches, and hopefully that can enable him to go deep.
Yeah, it's a really bad combination in this regard for the Nationals. On the good side, you're right. They don't strike out a lot. But they're 12th in slugging, last in homers.
Yeah.
They have to string a lot of hits together to put together crooked numbered innings.
Yeah, agreed. And there's a big difference between putting the ball in play and then putting the ball in play, I guess, like you said, with a purpose,
or with
authority. Absolutely.
Juan Soto, 10-game hitting streak. Nationals got a scare with him. He injured his calf the other day, and they were worried it was a severe injury. Obviously, that's not the case. But even with a 10-game hitting streak, Jeff, he's entering play tonight hitting .234.
Never thought I'd see that in July from Soto, but again, he's been injured some. And I just think, like, dang.
Adrian Johnson,
pretty good pitch,
said ball 3. Soto doesn't need much help. He's got an excellent knowledge of the strike zone. He's reached pace in 17 straight games entering action tonight. Interesting stat on Soto after the 3-1 pitch, which is a strike. Halfway through a season, have you ever seen a man with more walks than hits? Juan Soto, 66 hits, 69 walks.
Yeah, maybe a guy that had like 2 walks and 1 hit, pinch hitter, but not a guy that plays every day.
Well, with a minimum of 60 of each.
Yeah.
As a 3-2 is on the way, and there's the back foot breaking ball, and Morton has his first base runner. Soto takes ball 4, and Josh Bell's coming up.
Well, this next guy, honestly, has been probably their most valuable player. Josh Bell has had an outstanding year so far for the Washington Nationals. A guy that I think we can both agree will be generating a lot of buzz in a couple weeks.
Yeah, that was
probably already has, but
that was my question. Will he be a Nat in the first week of August?
I would think he's going to be the most sought after player on that team.
Switch hitter with power, .310 average, 12 homers, .375 average over the last 3 weeks. And he's hit with Soto in front of him aboard a lot this year. The pitch is inside. 1 ball, no strikes. Bell came up with the Pirates, now is a National. Among the men in the Washington lineup tonight, Soto has the highest total of stolen bases. He's 5 for 7. We'll see how that calf feels, perhaps, with 1 out. The pitch. Breaking ball missed inside. It's 2-0. More balls than strikes for Charlie with his first 9 pitches tonight. And remember, he got Cesar Hernandez on a first pitch swing to start the game. It's lifted left side, long run. Will it stay in play? Nope, it'll curl into the seats, foul. It's 2-1. Pitch number 11 for Charlie in the first, and there's that big breaking ball. That's the pitch, Jeff, you were talking about a moment ago.
Yeah, that actually there was a cutter. He went cutter on that at 89.7. Look at this. You don't usually see that from Charlie. Not that kind of speed. But look, he was pulling that curveball against him. I like it. You showed him something different now. To me, you can either climb that fastball up and away, or you can come back with the curveball.
Breaking ball smashed to second. Flip to Dansby for 1. The peg to first is in time. Double play. Braves starters have a 17-inning scoreless streak. Charlie continues that with a good first. Here come the Braves at home. Inning on the Friday night showdown, the Nationals and Braves from Truist Park, presented by Kaiser Permanente. Juan Soto walked in his first trip. Bell hits into a double play. Nationals fail to score in the first, and here comes Ronald Acuna Jr. atop the Braves starting lineup. Atlanta, as we said, is 4-2 this year against the Washington Nationals and are 26-8 overall since the 1st of June. Standard offense tonight. Eddie Rosario getting the start for Adam Duvall. We'll talk about that later as Erick Fedde goes to the top of the mound.
Yeah, it's been pretty good the last 5 starts. You look at he's 2-1 with a 3.21. Problem is for him, 10 home runs in the last 33 2/3 against the Braves. Braves have done good work against them.
And that might be an understatement. The Braves' lifetime against Fedde are 5-0. This man has a .997 ERA against Atlanta pitching.
You had to be thinking, why didn't I pitch yesterday on 3 days rest?
Got to get Ronald going. He's in a cold spell for the Braves. 2 for his last 17. Hitting .272 for the year. 7 homers, 19 runs batted in. The 1-1 pitch. He is up and away from Fedde, who faced the Braves earlier this year. Gave up 3 earned runs, 7 hits in 5 1/3 innings, but was beaten by Atlanta. And he's behind Acuna. 2-1 pitch. That's off the end of the bat. Popped up. Bell near the Atlanta dugout to the warning track and is going to have room. And Ronald is retired for out number 1. Here's Dansby.
Ronald just a little bit pull happy, I think, at this time right here. And again, like I said, for him, you think about it, it has not been an easy time getting going. You know, when he's felt healthy, Chip, he's got a little, you know, nick here, and it's just has not been able to get his timing going, which we all know is just a matter of time.
No problem with Dansby's timing. He's been roasting hot. Last 25 home games, .388 average. And just a couple of ticks below 300 for his overall season mark for the Braves. I sure hope Dansby gets to the All-Star game. He is certainly deserving for the Braves. The pitch. He is up and away. 1 ball, 1 strike. Breaking ball, didn't get that. And so let's look a little further at Dansby's numbers. As he has gone at home, so have the Braves, who are 27-18 at Truist Park. One ball, 2 strikes, base is empty. And that's off the plate. Dansby with 95 hits, 52 runs, and hitting .298. What a great first half. The pitch. Little pop toward right. Soto long run. Bell long run. Foul ground. Bell can't handle over the shoulder. That would have been a great catch.
And you almost get the feeling, I know it's tough, he tried to time it, that he might have had time, Chip, to kind of turn a little bit, I feel like. Watch this. See right here how he slowed down? I felt like you could have at least maybe looked back over your shoulder, give yourself a better chance. With that being said, break for Dansby now. And how many times have we seen a guy have a chance to make a play, next pitch, something big happens?
The old swing on the house. He's cashed it in more often than not. As Fedde readies his 10th pitch of the night. And Dansby throws him with a fastball. And Fedde has his first strikeout. Again, as Jeff said, no matter what his numbers are against the Braves for his career right now, he's one of, if not the best national starter. He's coming in hot. He's pitched really good baseball over the last 5 games. He's allowed 3 or fewer earned runs in each of his last 5 outings in rotation for the Nats, including 2 earned runs in a loss to the Marlins last time out. Big shift on for Matt Olson with 2 outs. What did Matt have big hits against the Cardinals. He was 5 for 5, Jeff, with runners in scoring position in the 4-game series with St. Louis. So he's settling in nicely. 48 RBIs, 32 doubles. And up and away for the Braves first baseman.
Yeah, you can tell he's feeling more and more comfortable, I feel like, every day in a Braves uniform.
Swing, high fly ball hit toward right. Soto going back. Warning track. Wall. He won't get it. Matt Olson with a 2-out towering solo home run. And the Braves take a first inning lead.
We knew Matt hit some moonshots. That might have been his biggest moonshot. Wow, that thing was straight up in the air. Just a spinner.
Had the sound, yeah, and had just enough distance for the Braves, who've now clubbed 128 home runs. Atlanta has hit 127 homers. They've allowed 68 this year. And Olson has 13 of them. This one on the ground to third. And Michael Franco will make the peg to first. And that is the inning. The Braves get a 2-out solo home run from Matt Olson. Braves strike first in the first. It's 1-0 Atlanta as Charlie Morton goes to work in the second inning. Green joins us down by the Braves dugout, and Greeny, Charlie's on a great roll, isn't he?
He's definitely on a great roll, and I was able to talk to Rick Kranitz earlier to see what the difference was over the last 4 starts, where he has a 1.35 ERA. He basically said he's just more confident right now. He's gained his confidence back. He's throwing his curveball with more aggression, and he said he's been able to consistently get on top of the curveball instead of get around it, which we saw him get around a few in that first inning. So expect him to tighten that up as well.
Nelson Cruz with a bolt down the line, and that one is going to curl foul at the pole. That was close. Nelly looked at Charlie, said, "Almost got you, old timer."
Yeah, look at this. Wow, that had some late slice to it. Looks like my 5-iron cut.
So it's a long, loud strike for the ageless Nelson Cruz. 8 homers, 46 driven in. And hitting .239 for the year. So, Greeny, that's a pitch that Jeff and I have talked about a lot. That curveball has been awfully crisp.
Yeah, it has been, and the opponents are 1 for 37 on the curveball over the last 4. But one other thing that Cranny told me was he basically worked himself back into pitching shape. And he's obviously done a great job. But remember, he had the leg injury, then he had the shortened spring training. Stitt said he felt like he could have used those extra 3 starts in spring training that he did not get. And now everything has just kind of come together at the right time, and Charlie has been phenomenal.
They painted that pitch, and look, I think you look back to last year. He did this last year too, and I'm not saying you want it to happen year in and year out, but I think that's why so many people had confidence that, look, it's a matter of time before he figures it back out, and he's done that in a major way.
I talked with Eric Young in Cincinnati, and he said something that stuck with me, Jeff, and he said the philosophy for the Braves has been keep yourself relevant until August 1st or so, meaning around the trade deadline, and then see what you get and where you can go, because then it's a 60-game sprint or thereabouts to the finish. I would assume the same is true for position players and pitchers alike. Get yourself ready for when the games mean the most in August and September, and obviously hopefully October.
Yeah, and look, you feel comfortable. I'd rather have Charlie peak middle of the season to late part of the season than start off.
Peak and then collapse.
I played with tons of guys that, look, their Aprils and Mays were, Adam LaRoche was a perfect example. His April and Mays were awful, but yet he would start to heat up. Then by the second half, he just went on a tear.
And Charlie is certainly rolling now, as Nick mentioned, his last 4 games, a 1.35 ERA. Counting tonight's work, 36 strikeouts, 5 walks.
but hasn't won a game. And his last one was just brilliant against Luis Castillo and the Cincinnati Reds. We'll extend Charlie's work to 6 games. That's our The Home Depot Getting More Done feature, Jeff.
Well, look at that. 6 starts, 55 strikeouts.
And another one there. Garcia takes strike 3. Back-to-back punch outs for Charlie Morton. And with a 1-0 lead, he's got 2 quick outs. Ooh.
That late movement. Good job by Contreras, framing that thing right on the corner, giving Adrian Johnson a good look, and he gets an easy strike 3.
Keibert Ruiz is the Nationals catcher, a switch hitting catcher. Good looking young player. And he ropes that one to right. That's going to bounce off the grass and off the wall. He ambushed the first pitch. He's going to head for 2. And the throw is off target. And that's the first Nationals hit. Ruiz with 15 doubles. And he's in scoring position in the 2nd inning.
Yeah, that's the approach like we talked about. Seeing the Nats, saw Hernandez try to do it to start off. Not waste to see that curveball against the first pitch fastball. He does some damage.
So Yadiel Hernandez is the batter. He's 0 for 6 in his career head-to-head with Charlie Morton, and hitting .272 on the season. It's a little high. 1 ball, no strikes. A Matt Olson home run with 2 outs in the first is the game's first run. Outfield shades Hernandez slightly toward left. And that curveball is biting. I would imagine he's getting a lot extra bite with this humidity around the ballpark.
Well, last Sunday in Cincinnati, Chip, was maybe as good as I've seen Charlie's curveball all year. He's working both the outside part of the plate and that back foot.
Michael Franco waits on deck for Washington, with Keibert Ruiz at second base with 2 outs. Look out. Greeny, you okay?
I'm okay. I'm hiding behind this fan. See that brown fan right there?
Yeah.
That's where I'm hiding. So there I am. See me? I'm hiding behind that. We're all good.
Hiding's a strong word.
I am literally hiding over here, guys.
Well, all right.
2-2. Little tapper. Jeff, what Nick wanted to say was, watching you field, he understands why you're hiding behind the fan, but he didn't want to say that because he's just back from vacation.
I'm in the safest spot possible.
Right, exactly right.
You'd have to get a ricochet to get you.
Yadiel Hernandez, 2 balls, 2 strikes, about to see his 6th pitch. And fouled away. Eric Young Jr. is the Nationals' first base coach. His dad does the same thing for the Braves.
If there's any trash talking going on during the game there.
Man, oh man. Charlie ready again with another 2-2 count, and it's full. And the Nationals, team that tries to put the ball, everybody tries to put the ball in play. They do, generally speaking. They don't strike out a lot. And Hernandez, we'll see an 8th pitch.
He's put up a battle.
Swing and a miss. Charlie struck out the side. He works around the Ruiz 2-out double. Nelson Cruz almost hit a homer, but then took strike 3. Luis Garcia was frozen on the outside corner. And Yadier Hernandez guessed wrong, and Charlie struck him out. He leads 1-0 with Marcell Ozuna set to lead off. Braves baseball is brought to you by Truist. Nick Green, Jeff Francoeur, Chip Carey, our great Valley Sports crew with you all weekend long. The festivities off to a good start. Braves took 3 out of 4 from St. Louis. And Matt Olson homered the difference in this game, as Friday night fireworks have already appeared with Matt Olson's 2-out blast. Let's see if Marcell Ozuna, Eddie Rosario, and William Contreras can punish Erick Fedde here in the second. Marcell's got a 6-game hitting streak. He's hit 3 homers in that stretch.
Yeah, he's starting to make more solid contact, I think, consistently. You know, for him, last 6 games, got a 304 with 3 home runs, as you said, 5 runs.
Have you noticed anything in the batter's box that leads to that success that he's been doing differently now as opposed to, say, 3 weeks ago?
I feel like he's trying to stay up the middle more and not spinning off as much for him. We've seen, you know, balls go up the middle portion of the field, and for him, you know, that to me is when he's locked, when he's driving that ball up the middle. We all know he can hit the ball a country mile to left field.
Hitters count, nobody out. And Ozuna takes ball 4. That's something Fedde will do quite a bit. 38 walks now in almost 81 innings. He has a lot of base runners.
That'll kill you when you talk about, especially versus Braves team, giving up the amount of home runs he has. You put a walk in front.
So Eddie Rosario gets the start tonight. That's been the case lately when a right-handed pitcher is on the hill. But Eddie also gets to play today because happy news for the Duvall family. Adam welcomed a baby today. So Adam is on paternity list.
Congrats.
And that's in for a strike for Eddie Rosario. 0-1 your count. Short lead at first for Ozuna. And Eddie didn't get that. It's great to have this guy back in the lineup for obvious reasons. The lefty-righty balance, his production, but just what he's gone through.
Yeah, I mean, the fact, it's a scary procedure when you start talking about seeing the ball, and of course then trying to hit a fastball too.
And to put it in perspective, since returning from the injured list, Eddie Rosario has as many hits now as he did before the retinal surgery took place.
Yeah, and I think the big thing, look, he's always been an aggressive hitter. He was swinging at everything early in the season. I mean, he was 3-4 pitches every at bat. You know, 0-2, 1-2. Explains a lot. Wasn't seeing the ball.
1-2 count from Fedde. Is a dribbler, and that's foul. Nationals were barking because Eddie Rosario touched that batted ball foul with the bat while it was still rolling, but Adrian Johnson said to the Nationals bench it hit Rosario first, so became a dead ball. Smoked into the left side of the infield. Bobble, and in time. They got Ozuna by a quarter step. Heck of a play. Garcia knocked it down, kept it on the infield, saved a hit, and got the lead runner.
Man, that was a good play. That ball could have just got away a little bit more to the right or left. He was able to stay, just get Marcel, but nice piece of hitting. I like seeing that from Eddie with 2 strikes, being able to go the other way a little bit.
That's something else I think the Braves have done a lot more of, Jeff. A, not striking out, but B, using line to line.
Yeah. You got the whole field, use it.
William Contreras has the start behind the plate. He's 3 for 5 against Fedde, including a homer. Braves catching core has been outstanding. Contreras and Travis d'Arnaud. '21 homers, 58 RBIs between them. Some of those have come as DHs for Contreras, but still those numbers as a catching tandem, best in baseball.
Done a great job, and again with being able to have both guys be so productive, it's kept them both healthy, fresh. Each of them have been able to DH at times.
0-2. I got to admit, I've been wrong about the DH. I, as a National League fan, hated the idea of it. But when you think about keeping the star players and even the players who hope to become stars on the field more frequently, having that DH position, I think, has done a world of good for everybody in baseball.
Yeah, and again, we've talked to the pitchers, though, had just become, you know, tough to watch. Majority of them, not all of them,
right,
but majority. That I think.
All the way to the backstop. Ruiz tried to one-hand that, couldn't come up with it, and into second is Rosario with 1 out.
You just, you know, like you said, yeah, I think you're seeing a better brand of ball. You're seeing, you know, look, it's tough for National League pitchers. As you said, he just tried to one-hand that ball. That wasn't that bad of a pitch, I didn't think.
So on a wild pitch, Contreras has Rosario in scoring position. And a 2-2 count in inning number 2. Rosario takes off for third, and Ruiz can't make the play. Ball dropped behind the plate. This guy's one of the best catching and throwing catchers. But Rosario, a surprise party. He's 90 feet away, and it's a full count.
Boy, and he got a beautiful jump. Right when Fedde went up, you'll see him. He takes off. Look at that. Even if he makes a good throw here, I don't think he gets Eddie at third base. Now, fly ball into the outfield, jam job, something through the hole. Get your second run.
Infield creeps in for the Nationals, down a run with 1 out. And back to the netting foul. Braves start play tonight, 3.5 games behind the Mets. The Mets are home to the Marlins. I believe that's Chris Bassett and Pablo Lopez.
Good pitching matchup
in New York. And ball 4. They're at the corners for Orlando Arcia. Second walk of the inning for Erick Fedde.
Well, that's the thing now with 2 walks. Wild pitch, not holding them on. All of a sudden, you got yourself trouble. What it does more than anything, though, is with Arcia and Harris coming up, you know, all of a sudden you got the top of the order lurking again here at his second inning. You do not make life easy on yourself.
And that's the beauty of the way the lineup is stacked now, Jeff. We've talked about it several times. First 3 are potent, middle 3 are potent, the bottom 3 are potent.
Yeah, they've been able to score at any inning lately.
Fedde paints a corner to Arcia, who's 3 for 4 against Eric. In fact, Arcia's had good luck this year against the Nationals. 6 of his 16 RBIs and 2 of his 3 homers.
Nice. The other home run, remember, was the walk-off against the Red Sox.
Chop foul. It's 0-2. Two-day games the rest of the way this weekend. 4:10 first pitch tomorrow, 1:35 on Sunday. We'll have them both for you here on Bally Sports. As Arcia down 2 strikes. Up and away.
Yeah, good job laying off. They're giving you that whole right side, and for Arcia right now, you saw how he pitched to Contreras, Ozuna. If he comes in, Chip, it's majority time to show. If he's trying to get him out right here, whether it's a rollover strike, he's going with that slider, cutter away, fastball away. So look your sights to that right side.
There it is.
Oh.
Well, what an advantage as a hitter when you can A, recognize the pattern, and B, eliminate one half of the plate.
Well, like you said, if he comes inside, majority of the time he can't control it for a strike, and if he does, you know, you try to foul it off, see another pitch.
Already 37 pitches for Fedde. He has one out in the inning. Good take. So a full count. Rosario 90 feet away. Contreras is at first. Again with Keibert Ruiz, a excellent throwing catcher behind the plate. Doubt William will be running. We're about to find out. He is going, and the pitch popped up foul back toward us.
And my guess right here, Contreras pretty good speed for a catcher though, Chip. I think you're trying to stay out of that double play possibly. Now you're going to force the issue. If you hit a ground ball, they either got to come home or give up the run to get one out. With that too, you're also trusting the hitter to put the ball in play.
Pitch 40 for Fedde. Runner goes, swing, another foul ball. See if Contreras looks to the plate and says, Orlando, can you please hit it that way? Getting tired. Right. Running first to second on this hot, sticky night in Atlanta. And nobody's hotter than Michael Harris right now. He put on a show against the Cardinals. Some huge hits. And already good work against the Nationals as well. He's next. Has another payoff. Runner goes, and Arcia checked his swing, and that would have been ball 4.
Well, there was the inside pitch like we talked about. But he caught him diving. And this happens as a hitter. You're trying to protect that outside part of the plate. I have no idea how that didn't break his bat. See if they continue to send Contreras here. At the same time, you don't want to just run into an out because he's gone 3 straight times now.
Not going this time, and there's ball 4. So Fedde has walked 3 men in the inning. The bases are loaded for Michael Harris. Jim Hickey is the Nationals pitching coach. He is out to discuss some strategy as Michael Harris has been awesome. His great work on the first pitch this year is our Lowe's stat tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's like anything. You look at this team, they're ready from the first pitch on. It's always been the mindset. You know, we're going to attack. If it's not there, let it go. And Michael Harris, rookie of the month in June. And I'll tell you what, between him and Strider, you have 2 guys that right now are in the running for rookie of the year.
Jeff, I've seen rookie pitchers come up and have big games. I don't remember seeing rookie pitchers, maybe since Kerry Wood, do what Strider did to guys like Arenado and Goldschmidt last night.
It was impressive. And then to do it with a mustache, even more impressive.
I mean, that was incredible. First 9 outs were strikeouts for Spencer Strider. Joined John Smoltz and Warren Spahn as the only Braves with back-to-back 11 or better strikeout games. He was remarkable. So the reigning rookie of the month for June, Michael Harris, will stand in. Chance for serious Braves damage here. They're loaded with 1 out. There's that first pitch swing, and it's off the net.
Got a fastball. Look to shoot it.
He's been a money hitter. We saw that last night. Don't know if you saw Michael Harris's shoes. They were awesome. The pitch. Swing and a miss. Michael was wearing some lime green spikes. Left heel said money. Right heel said Mike. We got a shot of it just before he hit a home run, which electrified the crowd. He's down 0-2 here and spoiled that pitch. In fact, the shoes were the color of the wrap on the bat. They were neon green, man.
Nice.
A Brave at every base, 2 strikes. Check this out. Money. Mike. The homer. And best of all, as this ball's lined to the left field corner, that's down for a hit. 2-run score. Arcia around third is going to be held up. Michael Harris with a 2-run double is money again for the Braves. They extend the lead. It's 3-0.
What a beautiful job. Guy walks 3 people. You got to make him pay. And if he keeps doing the home runs, opposite field doubles, he can wear those shoes all he wants because he's going to make some money.
Yeah, he was counting the Benjamins as he came around third last night.
Beautiful piece of hitting. I mean, that's exactly what you're supposed to do with that pitch. Now Atlanta, 148 2-strike RBIs, leads the National League.
So the Atlanta native, the youngest player in the game, now 22 RBIs. It's 3-0. Second and third for Ronald, who popped out into foul ground to start his night. Every hitter goes through a cold spell. Every hitter will tell you, as I'm sure you'd agree, Jeff, all it takes is 1 hit.
Yeah. That's the thing we saw. Remember, think about this, Chip. All time we saw them live away with Ronald, or I mean,
right,
until he can show he can either lay that pitch off or get the bat. You see him there. Fedde all night's been going away. He's come in twice to Ronald at 93.
0-2. So as a hitter trying to set up a pitcher, how do you get the pitcher off the inside part of the plate?
Well, either A, you got to lay off, or B, you know, we saw him, remember the couple games in Cincinnati, kind of go the other way off Castillo. Remember, he got 2 little knocks the other way. And in this situation right here, all it takes is he's so strong, a jam job over, you know, second base head, you got 2 RBIs.
35th pitch of the inning for Fedde. And it's up and away. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Starting pitching the last 3 weeks has not been a problem for the Nationals. It is tonight. The Braves doing what they have done to Erick Fedde. They've tagged him for 3 runs.
Like you said, you walk 3 towards the bottom part of the lineup, and again, we say Harris is a 9th hole hitter. He's another leadoff hitter, is ultimately what he is. You're asking for trouble.
Now 2-2. Swing and a drive. Ronald Acuna Jr. destroys a baseball. That's how you break a slump.
You asked me, how do you do that? You lay off those pitches, you lay off the things, and you get a cutter right down the middle at 89. You couldn't ask for this ball. Look, he's trying to go up. And he left it right down the pipe. And you can see right there, Ronald, Chip, that's a lot of frustration let out right there on that swing.
So the Braves have busted this game wide open. It's 6-0.
Last home run 3 weeks ago against San Francisco.
So 8th homer for Ronald, 22 RBIs. The Braves have a 5-run second. 6 runs on 3 hits. And how demoralizing it must be for an opposing pitcher when you get to 2 strikes and you can't finish your opponent off. 5 2-strike RBIs.
Well, you know, the idea of 3 walks against this lineup, you think you're going to do that and get away with it. Just not going to happen, and they made him pay this inning.
1-2 for Dansby, and that's off the plate.
And again, Fedde had been throwing really well, Chip, and sometimes it just, whether you like it or not, can play games with your, or you can play mind games with you. You see the numbers he's had against this Braves offense.
A 9.97 ERA for his career, and assuming this will be a short outing for him tonight, that ERA is going to go up considerably as he's down 6 and still 1 out in the 2nd inning. 56 pitches in total. Little tapper hit toward third. Michael Franco, bare hand try. Throws wide to first. Infield hit for Dansby.
Well, that's when things aren't going your way, when you give up about a 450-foot homer and then a little chopper for an infield single. Great hustle.
So the inning continues. They're stirring in the Washington bullpen. Nobody's played catch yet. But Fedde has worked triple overtime in this 2nd inning. Matt Olson homered with 2 outs in the 1st. He's up with Swanson aboard, and Dansby back standing up. High fly ball to center, but Lane Thomas will have plenty of room to make that catch. And no advance by Dansby. There's out number 2, and Austin Riley is the 9th man, Jeff, to come up here in the 2nd.
Braves have batted around. Started off with a walk to Zuna. Then Rosario almost got the knock the other side. Walk, and then Harris. Really the tough one. Two strikes, ball running away. And he cracked it open to turn it back to the front of the lineup.
So Jordan Weems is the first national reliever to play catch. Riley hopes to continue the inning. Austin grounded out his first time and takes strike 1. Olson and Acuna with homers. Michael Harris a 2-run double. Love it when you score 6 runs and only have 4 hits. That means the opposing starters helped you out. And 3 walks in the inning from Fedde, a big part of it too.
I mean, they're just they're not chasing either right now. Making him throw strikes, and they're not missing it. I mean, that 61 pitches, bottom of the 2nd.
This will be, Jeff, the 47th pitch of the inning.
Man,
when the guy's going good, that's about 3 innings worth.
Maybe even more.
2 balls, 1 strike. Popped up. Ruiz gives chase near the on-deck circle, and he'll put the squeeze on that. And that will retire the side. What an inning for Atlanta. They got 3 walks. They got a 2-run double, and then Ronald Acuna Jr. hits a big-time bomb. Bombs away in Atlanta, GA through 2. Braves enjoy a 6-0 lead over the Nationals. Foot home run has helped the Braves to a 6-0 lead after 2 innings. And so as we go to the 3rd inning, Charlie Morton and the Braves rolling merrily along. That's our Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage feature.
Yeah, starters 4th most innings pitch since July 1st. Since July 1st, Chip, starters have combined for 46 strikeouts and only 7 base on balls. We just saw Fedde do 3 in 1 inning.
So the starting staff, 18 straight scoreless innings. That's exactly the kind of role you want to start this weekend and begin next week with.
Well, and now if you're Charlie, you just want to fill up the zone.
On the ground to Riley. Tricky hop handles that. Michael Flacco is retired. And Charlie Morton has the first out here in the 3rd inning. Lane Thomas is coming up. Lane Thomas came from the Cardinals in a deal for John Lester last year. Thomas has had good numbers against the Braves. He's knocked in 7 runs against Atlanta this year.
They're waiting for this guy to try to get it going. I think he's more of kind of the leadoff hitter they'd like to put in there. But when you have a 649 OPS, hard to lead that guy off.
Driven toward right center field. Acuna over a couple of steps makes the catch. Thomas has a cannon. So does Acuna. And Thomas back to first. Thought about going to second. But a 1-out single for him. And the top of the lineup coming up.
That's the old bait right there, Chip. Kind of slow play it. Love it. You're right. He thought about it. And to be honest with you, he thought better. Because he would have been out.
Cesar Hernandez tapped to the mound to start the game. Takes a breaking ball inside. 1 ball, no strikes.
You know, the Braves Mets play a lot left in the season. What, 14 times?
15.
I think 15 times. Okay, so the Mets are 25-9 against the NL East this year. That's 34 games. Braves are 15-11, so that's 26. So we talked about in the open as he fouls one off. Really taking care of these next 7 games against the Nats.
Right.
Next 7 out of 10, you play them before the All-Star break. You've had a nice run, and then you got the Mets sandwiched in between, which is who you want playing the team that's in front of you. So a great chance, I think, for this Braves team possibly take over that lead going into the All-Star break.
1 ball, 1 strike.
You know that New York media would have a field day with that if the Braves caught them at the break.
Yeah, 10.5 game lead and all. I think too that what's really characterized this team is something we talked about before. The naysayers will say, well, they're beating up on the lesser teams. That's what good teams do. Braves had a stretch of 29 games in a row against sub 500 clubs as Thomas takes off, and that's hit toward Rosario in left. He'll make the catch for out number 2. The Braves went 21-8, Jeff, against those 29 teams. How differently would the race be if they had, say, played 14-14?
Absolutely. And it's no different. You know, we talked earlier in the year, if you remember, not that the Mets are a good baseball team, don't get me wrong, but they had a pretty favorable schedule if you remember the first 6-7 weeks. They took advantage. Now that's what the Braves are doing.
And just ask the Phillies, for example, the last couple of years. The one team that they have not been able to beat is the Marlins.
Marlins crushed them.
Which has cost them a chance to supplant the Braves as Eastern champs. So look, good teams take care of business. They don't care about the record of the other club. I think you would agree, Jeff. And as we said, they try to go 1-0 against whomever they play.
It's the same. I mean, it counts the same. I get it from a standpoint of what everybody else wants to make it, you know, about, but it is one game.
So the Braves taking care of business tonight. They've scored in each of the first 2 innings. They lead 6-0. Soto hits with a man aboard and 2 outs. Soto 3 for 3, by the way, against Charlie Morton, and 6 walks. Driven to center. Harris on his horse. He's gone as far as he can go, and Soto hits one into Chattahoochee Falls. A towering 2-out 2-run homer, and Washington's on the board. Juan Soto now an 11-game hitting streak. It's 6-2.
That's his happy spot. Likes the ball up. You can see he gets that launch angle. And I think at first Harris thought he might have had a beat on it, and then those guys, ball carries a little different than the normal player.
Josh Bell with the bases empty, 2 in, 2 outs, and fouled away. He's their Ronald Acuna Jr. He's their superstar.
Yep.
The game's great young players. And I guess the ongoing question for the Nationals is
Ow. Right off the top of the foot. Boy, you can tell it's barking at him too. When you do that, you know what pitch you come back with?
Same thing.
Cutter, back foot, curveball.
We don't know if Bell will be a Nat after the trading deadline. Almost certainly Soto will be. But can they lock him up long term? Plays like that one a moment ago are why, if you're a Nats fan, that's what you want to see happen.
And I told you, it's a lot tougher when your team's struggling like that every day, putting up numbers. And really more than anything, staying mentally in the game.
Little pop, center of the diamond. Who wants it? Riley is at the back slope of the mound, and he makes the play to retire the side. A Soto homer gets the Nats on the board.
June 21st since we saw one of those. And as I said, look at this emotion. That is a lot of frustration right there. Hopefully that will get him going as we take a look at our StatCast 3D powered by Google Cloud. 109 exit velocity, 446 for his 8th homer of the season. That was a bomb.
So the lead is 4 for the Braves as we head to the 3rd inning. The man that started the fun was Marcell Ozuna. He was the first of 3 walks issued by Erick Fedde, who's back out there for the Nationals. He threw, what, 47 pitches in the 2nd inning?
Coming back.
Wow.
Like anything, you know, you got the long series, and for every, inning you can try to get out of him and save your bullpen, I guess, is a win, but it's a lot of stress last inning.
Marcell is 7 for 11 against this man in his career with a couple of homers. And as we told you, trying to extend a hitting streak to 7 games. This one, though, popped up. And the Nationals had a shift on. It'll be Garcia, who staggered just a bit, but he makes the play. And Ozuna's retired for out number 1. And he scored run number 2 on the night. He stole 3rd base after reaching on a force out, and came home on the Michael Harris opposite field double. Strike 1 for Eddie. And can't wait to get all the details on Adam Duvall and their family's new arrival. That's just wonderful news. We talk about a great year. You win the World Series, and then you have a new baby in the middle of the summer the next year. So congratulations to the entire Duvall family. Can't wait to see the pictures, and hopefully Adam's enjoying his time on the paternity list. As we mentioned, Mike Ford was brought back from Gwinnett to take Adam's spot on the roster tonight. Here's William. He walked and scored. 6-2 Braves lead. Driven toward right. Soto on the run. He'll turn. It's a line drive homer for Contreras. This team, Jeff, with 2 outs, is unrelenting at the plate.
Well, they just keep coming back, and look how much Contreras has matured when you talk about his approach. First at bat, he ended up walking, but everything was away to him, Chip. Away, away, away. And what does he do right here? Gets a pitch down in the zone and just lines it right in the chop house. Picks one of those runs right back up. Talk about demoralizing for the other team. You're already down 4 runs after you get that 2-run homer, and Braves come right back.
3 homers in the game for the Braves tonight, and a 7-2 score for Orlando Arcia. And you're seeing what is possible for this Atlanta offense. When they hit home runs, this is as good an offense as any in the big leagues. As Franco will handle that one hopper, and the peg to first is in plenty of time. The Braves have hit 130 homers this year. 3 of them have come tonight. Contreras with an opposite field solo blast has 11 of them, and the Braves lead by 5. Appreciation Week at Truist Park, and today's A-list member of the game is Jake Pullen of Sparta, Tennessee. Jake's been a member since 2021. His favorite A-list perks are priority access to postseason tickets, holiday photos with blooper, and A-list play days. Congratulations to Jake Pullen, today's A-list member of the game. So Charlie Morton back to a 5-run lead, 7-2. Cruz, Garcia, and Ruiz coming up for the Nationals. 1 ball, 1 strike. Wonder what kind of market there'll be for Nelson Cruz at the trading deadline.
I would say these next 3 weeks are pretty big to determine that. I mean, the thing about it is, you know, he's still very powerful. He's got the 46 RBIs, only 8 home runs, though. But I got to imagine there's some team out there that could use a DH for him.
454 career home runs for the 7-time All-Star. As Charlie measures him up. Remember, Cruz almost hit a home run in the 2nd inning. That line drive hooked at just the last minute. Ooh, inside. Charlie didn't get that call, and Cruz takes ball 4. So the 2nd walk for Morton in the game. It comes to start the 4th. I'll say this, though, Jeff, he is pitching in, out, up, down. He's got all 4 quadrants working.
No, he does. I think mad at himself for that one. Charlie's the type of guy that, you know, when you end up giving him this type of lead, he wants to get you through 6, 7 innings. See, that's his arsenal for tonight so far.
On the ground, Arcia slides, strong arm for 1, and close at first. Orlando's done such a great job filling in for Ozzie Albies, and what he lacks, Jeff, in range, he more than makes up with that arm.
I was about to say, he might not get to balls that Ozzie can get, but that's a big arm. I mean, they almost ended up having a chance to turn this thing. It was pretty close. Beautiful turn. Gives a good throw to Dansby, too, right on the bag.
So Keibert Ruiz is up. He was one of the principals that came back when Trey Turner and Max Scherzer went to the Dodgers. "50 pitches for Morton tonight as that one's outside. 1 ball, no strikes. We've mentioned this is a Nationals team that doesn't strike out much. Ruiz certainly fits into that scouting report. He is only striking out about 9% of his at-bats this year. So for a young player,
Yeah.
on a team that has Soto, that's a pretty good 1-2 combination of either putting the ball in play or getting on base. Fouled away, 2-1 the count. Nationals have really struggled in July. They've lost 6 of 7 games. They've scored a grand total of 18 runs this month coming into play tonight. They've got 2 on 3 hits. The Soto homer counts for that.
That's that good curveball back foot.
The 2-2. Swing and a miss. Ruiz chased and expanded his strike zone. Morton has the second out and his 3rd strikeout in the game.
It's one of those that you see so well, it just never gets there. Way out in front.
So Yadiel Hernandez, the hitter, he struck out his first time up. Morton has struck out 4 men. Ouch. They'll foul one off his ankle. Now it's Hernandez's turn.
Yeah.
Yadiel Hernandez made his big league debut 2 years ago at the age of 32. He's a star player in Cuba.
Seem like too many guys do that, do you?
Little tapper, and Olson and Morton. Olson dived and missed his man. The inning will continue.
Well, watch this. The ball's hit right here. Matt's got to come. You see how he waited for a second, and just that little bit cost him. It's one of those, looking back, you probably would have let Charlie get that and try to scoop it to you quick.
Either way, the ball was hit in a perfect spot.
Yeah, 100%.
But the hesitation cost Matt a chance to end the inning. Now Michael Franco hits with 2 aboard and 2 out. Franco rolled out to Austin Riley. He's 0 for 1. Michael Franco, the former Philadelphia Philly, signed a minor league contract, and here he is. He had a big game against the Braves here in Atlanta. 4 hits and 5 RBIs. Don't want that to happen in this series. Morton got him in his first matchup. The pitch.
We can see how you attack him. He's throwing a lot of off speed, down and away, try to get him to swing, he will expand the zone.
Two on, two out. And that skips up. 2 balls and a strike. The Mets and Marlins are in the 4th inning in New York. That game's tied 1-1. Here it's 7-2 Braves. Atlanta scored in each of the first 3 innings. If you're just joining us, Matt Olson, a 2-out solo home run. Braves got 5 in the second. Ronald Acuna Jr. with a 3-run bomb. And William Contreras is homered 2. The pitch. Buckled him and caught the inside corner. 2-2.
I think he's asking him right there, and Adrian Johnson's telling him that. Caught the inside part of the plate. He's done 4 curveballs now. See if he sticks with her, tries to climb the ladder.
Fly ball right center. Harris will recalibrate, and Michael will put that away. And Charlie Morton is through 4 innings with a big lead. Michael leads off for Atlanta. 7-2 your score. Game, let's check out our T-Mobile coverage cam. The Bomb Squad has come to play in Game 1 against the Nationals.
Yeah, 3 home runs so far. The moonshot, Ronald's long shot, and then of course Contreras' line drive into the chop house. And this Braves offense continues to hit home runs. Look at that view.
Beautiful. Cotton candy sky over Truist Park tonight. As this one is stroked up the middle by Michael Harris, who's 2 for 2. He turns on the afterburners and thought about advancing, but Soto made a good play. Michael jumps on the first pitch. He's got the double. He's got the single. He's halfway to the cycle in his first 2 at-bats tonight.
What a job. 105 off the bat. He's able to spray it the other way. Here's a curveball. And gets the rally started. Let's think you're Fetty now. You're in the top of the 4th inning, Chip.
And did part of the helmet break?
I think just the ear flap came off.
So Ronald scorches one into left. Back-to-back hits on back-to-back pitches. And Acuna is 2 for 3. Braves are just continuing to punish Erick Fedde, who again has never beaten this Atlanta club.
Well, hitting's contagious.
So Dansby Swanson looks to join the fun. Jeff, he's our Zaxby's indescribably good player.
Yeah, he's done a great job. 329 at home this season, 6th best in the NL. Sits safely in 23 of his last 25 home games.
Another shot into left. That's down for a hit. They're going to wave Harris. Here he comes. The throw's coming to the plate. It's up the line. That costs Washington 90 feet for the other 2 runners. Dansby Swanson with an RBI hit. He's got 50 ribbies, and on 3 straight pitches, the Braves have 3 more hits and another run.
Well, and this is where things you talk about doing the little things. Trying to throw Michael Harris out at home. You saw Ronald and Dansby both. You see, broke the bat here, but watch this. This ball's got to go to third base or at least be cut. Give your chance to kind of cut it off instead. Second and third. I think they're giving him a little time to make sure whoever's ready.
8 runs on 8 hits for Atlanta. Dave Martinez is at the bottom step. And the meeting in the Middle of the infield for the Washington defense. Davey Martinez waits for Adrian Johnson to begin his walkout, and I think he's seen enough from Erick Fedde tonight. They sent him out for the 4th inning. Harris, Acuna, and Swanson all with singles. And Erick Fedde's miseries against the Braves continue tonight. 75 pitches over 3+ innings, and Atlanta tags him for 8 big runs.
Your local Ford dealer. Delta Airlines, keep climbing. And by Truist. When you start with care, you get a different kind of bank.
Braves are chopping away against the Nationals, leading 8-2. Second and third, one in, nobody out. Matt Olson is coming up, and for more on that, once again, here's Nick.
Yeah, Chip, Matt Olson's been swinging the bat a whole lot better, so I talked to Kevin Seitzer about this and Matt Olson as well. They lowered his hands a little bit in the Chicago series about 3 weeks ago to see if they could kind of sync him up a little bit better, where he's more on time with his hands. He's going to have a lot of movement with his hands anyway, but they want to give him as much room for error as possible, and they try to make sure that he's on the fastball. Been fouling off too many fastballs as of late. We saw him hit 2 fastballs hard last night. We saw him get a base hit, or excuse me, a home run earlier on a cutter. And right now, looking at a runner scoring position situation, he was only 5 for 5 Rispy in that St. Louis series, guys.
Yeah, you love that. See if he can stay perfect right here, Nick. He's looking good, and this Braves offense as a whole is just attacking. You see Weems, not much better, Chip, coming out of the bullpen. Has been a struggle.
You know, Weems' pass list has to be heavy tonight. He's from Columbus, Georgia. And Columbus High School.
Fastball slider for the most part, but you saw it 7 walks in the 8 innings.
The runners aboard belong to Erick Fedde as Matt Olson takes a generous strike. It's a 1-1 count. Matt Olson leads the big leagues in doubles. A franchise record, 32 of them before the All-Star break. He shattered that mark.
Yeah. And now 13 home runs. Is starting to catch up a little bit. Again, we talked about when it starts flying here and gets hot, it'll start to add up.
Not this time, though, as Weems records his first strikeout. Second and third for Austin Riley now. Riley trying to extend his 3-game hitting streak. He's grounded out and popped to the catcher. That's popped out of play. Great year for Austin Riley. Our bounty quick stats. He's had a good week.
7-8 games have been multi-hit games for Austin. 7 of those 16 hits have been for extra base hits.
Broken bat and line foul. You know what was so fun about that Cardinals series was how similarly the Braves and Cardinals are in their approaches, player development, the star players that they have. You've got Paul Goldschmidt and Nolan Arenado, 2 veteran guys, perennial all-stars for St. Louis. And then you have for the Braves, Matt Olson and Austin Riley, who are on their way to becoming perennial all-stars. And our guys more than held their own against the perhaps better known Cardinal players in that series.
Yeah, you got those 2 guys. I think the thing for the Cardinals is the back end of their lineup doesn't quite have the firepower. Wow.
Weems has come in throwing strikes. 2 punch outs with now 2 outs.
Yeah, I think more and more, the more comfortable they get, both Olson and Riley, I think you feel real good about them being in that middle of the Braves lineup, Chip, for a long time.
Well, here's where you don't want to face the Braves, it seems, with runners in scoring position and 2 outs. The Braves continue to do remarkable damage in these spots. Ozuna has walked and he has popped out. Good rip at that one and foul back.
Weems might be a little juiced up tonight, being here only a couple hours from where he grew up.
Braves have 159 2-out RBIs this year. That leads every major league team. They have 2 2-out RBIs so far tonight, both of them home runs. Olson and Contreras with solo shots. Braves have scored in every inning in the game so far. We're in the 4th. The big frame, a 5-run second where 9 men came to the plate.
Tell you what, 2-1 pitch right here. If he challenges Marcell with a fastball, this ball might be scalded somewhere.
Might get loud.
Yeah.
The pitch. Oh, he did challenge him, but at the top of the zone, he just missed it. Two on, 2 out. Broken bat hit to the left side. Garcia surrounds and flips to first in time, and Weems a heck of a job.
Yeah.
Second and third, nobody out, and he keeps the Braves at 8-2 as we head to the 5th. Tonight, you'll see that on our Xfinity live look cam. The Braves have scored early. They have scored often and lead 8-2 behind Charlie Morton, who goes to work in the top of the 5th inning. Lane Thomas, Cesar Hernandez, and Juan Soto are coming up. Thomas singled and scored ahead of Soto's 2-run blast in the Nationals' 3rd inning. And good news in New York. The Marlins have taken a 2-1 lead over the Mets. A Joey Wendell sacrifice fly. The difference in that game so far. Here it's 8-2 Braves. At the start of the big weekend, the pitch.
This 8-2 lead, a good chance for Charlie to at least get you into that 7th inning you're hoping tonight. Again, no more off days through the All-Star break.
And look, we practically speaking, extra inning game, a lot of drama and tension. Need a long start if you can get it. Give those Pensmen some rest, and that's a good way to start the inning. Morton's 5th strikeout. Lane Thomas is out number 1 and back to the top of the order to go.
You can see these hitters recognize that pitch. Problem is just never gets there. Every single one of them out in front.
Hernandez is 0 for 2 and takes one off the plate. 1 ball, no strikes. I think this guy'd be an attractive trade piece for a club.
Here was, we went to, remember, I think the White Sox last year in the 2nd half.
Switch hitter, not a lot of power, but a good defender. Maybe miscast as a leadoff hitter for the Nationals. But he's One pitch away from getting on in front of Soto here in the top of the 5th inning. Saw this guy in the batter's box a lot with the Phillies. He and Freddie Galvis.
Yeah, good little middle infield.
3-1 pitch. Missed inside, and Charlie pulls that. That's his 3rd walk, and you don't want to face Soto with men aboard if you can avoid it, because the last time that happened, he parked one into the center field creek.
Good news is he can only hit so many times.
Good point, right? So Soto extends his hitting streak to 11 consecutive games. He's trending in the right direction for Washington. His average up to 237 now. And takes a strike. Soto has a very unique batting stance. Almost like a left-handed Jeff Bagwell, as spread out as he is as a left-hand hitter.
And that's the best thing. He will be patient. So your best way to get him out, you got to get ahead like this. Now he's not going to expand a lot, Chip, but you have a much better chance of him expanding 0-2, 1-2 than in a 3-1 count.
It's in the dirt. For young fans who don't remember Jeff Bagwell, he was a slugger with the Houston Astros, and the way he spread out in the box, Jeff, it almost looked like he was sitting down.
Oh, he pretty much was. He was just so strong.
Soto not quite as bent at the knee or waist as Bagwell was. This guy just has such a tremendous batting eye. 1-2 pitch. He is fouled away. What does spreading out like that in the box do for you? Does it give you any advantage at all, or is it just a matter of comfort?
Well, I think, you know, very few guys can do it because it's tough to still, to me, hit with that much power. You got to have a lot of confidence. You got to hit perfect mechanics with your lower half, and that's what, you know, Bagwell was strong enough to do it. Soto's just better than a lot of people. He's able to do it.
On the ground, Olson tried to steal that one, but it's a foul ball.
See how he drives through on that backside? I mean, that's tough to do. If it was easy, everybody would spread out and hit like that. Remember, Michael Young used to do it with 2 strikes sometimes with no stride.
1-2. Lifted left side. He's mad. He just missed it. Rosario will settle under that, and Soto is retired. As you said, Jeff, the key getting ahead.
Yeah, you know, and that's a pitch that, you know, he just kind of beat him to the spot a little bit. That's a 2-0, 3-1 count. Could be a whole different scenario. See, up and off the plate. Not really going to do much with that pitch, and good pitch by Charlie.
So the man who finished second behind Ronald Acuna Jr. for the Rookie of the Year, Juan Soto, is retired for the second out. And here is Bell, who is 0 for 2. He hit into a double play in the first inning and popped out to end the Washington third. It's 8-2 Braves. Picked him off. Cesar Hernandez wandered too far off the bag. Charlie Morton picks him off. Let's see if the Nationals challenge the call at first. Hernandez has taken off the gear. He thinks he's out.
Yeah, he is. They're not going to challenge. It's one way to save the pitch count.
So Charlie Morton picks off Cesar Hernandez. Oh, he's got his hand stuck. The Mets and Marlins tonight. That's our Xfinity game break. The Marlins were leading 1-0 until Brandon Nimmo hit a solo home run. That came in the third inning. But as we told you, a Joey Wendell sacrifice fly has Pablo Lopez and the Marlins in front of the Mets. That's a 2-1 score. If that score holds and this one holds, the Braves would find themselves again, Jeff, 2.5 back in the divisional race.
Well, let's hope it does that in about an hour and a half. Go Fish.
Yes. Phillies, who are behind the Braves in third place, are in St. Louis to start a series with the Cardinals tonight. Eddie Rosario, William Contreras, and Orlando Arcia are coming up. Braves lead at 8-2. All 8 runs. Charge to Eric Fedde.
And Weems come in, done a good job. Second and third, no outs, stranded them. Now here, back out to work the bottom of the fifth.
One ball, one strike for Eddie. And lifted foul out of play. They play Rosario as a dead pull hitter. And that one just a little short of the plate. It's 2-2. Rosario had one of the all-time great postseason runs for the Braves last year. Helped the Braves dismantle the Dodgers. And he's rounding into form now after missing a couple of months. As Weems missed badly there. And it's a full count. It is a packed house at Truist Park. We're seeing fans standing on the concourse level, even with the top of the chop house, moving toward the big scoreboard in center.
And when your team's playing well, fans are coming, life's good.
Chopper foul. The Braves aren't going to have giant crowds all weekend. They'll have big crowds for the series with the Mets, as you'd expect. They will end up just shy of 2 million fans before the All-Star break here at home.
Outstanding.
Nothing sells like winning. The pitch. Again out of play, foul. He looks a little displeased with these results, but hey, every pitch he sees of live pitching is good to see. Full count. Bottom of the fifth inning. Jammed him, and Bell will scoop that up for out number 1. William Contreras is coming up. First, a quick word from Truist.
Jessica was born to care.
That's my best friend. She don't need no.
Miss Hogan's class? It's Atlantis.
Today, she's a teammate at Truist, the bank that starts with care.
Line drive homer for Contreras tonight. He's scored twice. And he shoots another ball toward right, but Soto will gather that in for out number 2. And as I said, even though they don't get a hit every time, I love it when this Braves offense uses the opposite field. It serves them so well, and it certainly served Contreras well in recent days.
Well, they're just, all these guys in this team are so strong. The ball flies great to right center, right field, so why not use your strengths?
An old baseball coach once said that's not foul territory the other way, right?
It's true. And that's what, to me, is even more impressive about what Michael Harris has done, Chip, is that at a young age like that, to be able to do that. Not many guys do that. They learn to hit the ball the other way.
Jason Hayward did that quite a bit in his rookie year when he came up. He was line to line. You at times were line to line in your 05 season.
I was, yeah. And then, you know, sometimes you get into that pull mode where I think we've talked, that's what has made Dansby to me so dangerous all year.
A swing and a miss, and Weems has thrown 2 perfect innings with 3 strikeouts. First inning the Braves haven't scored, was the 5th tonight. Braves have hit 3 homers, lead 8-2, and they've really dominated the Nationals in recent days. Jeff, our landmark team comparison shows you that.
Yeah, the Braves are 10-3 in their last 13 games versus the Nats. 6 Braves with 5 or more home runs versus the Nats since the start of 21. You see that the difference, 75 home runs to 28.
And they've out-homered them tonight 3-1.
Look, back in 13 or 14, 15, 16, the Nats did their damage against the Braves.
Yes, they did.
And Braves are paying them back now. As you see Charlie at 78 pitches.
He's got the 3, 4, 5 hitters coming up. I'd like to see Charlie get through the 7th if he can tonight. We'll see if Bell and company oblige. Josh tonight is 0 for 2. He was in the box when Cesar Hernandez was picked off to end the top of the 5th. So he gets a new set of strikes. And this one is served foul, and Morton ahead 0-2. Fly ball headed toward right center. Harris streaking. He says he's got it, and he does.
The ball's going to stay in the air that long with him in center. It better go over the fence or it's going to be caught. Another great play. If you watch too, watch where he was shaded as we take a look at our All-State Mayhem moment. Shaded to left field. And ran all the way over and got it right before the wall. Knew exactly where the wall was.
He was playing right behind Dansby.
That's what I was saying. If you're going to hit it that high, it better leave.
Nelson Cruz, the hitter. He has struck out and walked tonight. Dead pull hitter is how the Braves play him. You know, in the early days of the season, when you weren't with Ronald Acuna, and you had to play Contreras and Arcia out in the outfield, they were playing out of position. Duvall was playing center field for the Braves. It wasn't the best defensive outfield alignment that this team envisioned, and it cost them.
It did. 100%. We talked about it a little bit. And Snit, EY, you know, we're very vocal saying we've got to be better out there. Well, now you kind of got exactly what you want with Harrison center, Ronald in right, and then of course Rosario tonight, but Duvall same thing in left. Feel very good about your outfield defense.
Yeah, I think Hal had a card for us the other day. Since moving to left field, Duvall has hit 6 homers, so his legs are fresher, which may make a difference for him at the plate.
I told you, running around center field every single day, you know, there's not many people built for that. And Adam had never done it. He was out of position, had to do it out of necessity. But now, you know, I think it's great for him to be back in that left field spot.
And with the good gloves in the outfield, it maybe allows Marcel to do what he does best at this stage in his career, and that's hit.
Yep. Worry about DH him.
That's it.
You go back to think about in 2020, he DH'd most that year.
and nearly won the Triple Crown. As that's bounced foul, no balls, 2 strikes for Nelson Cruz. The 0-2 scorched and into the shift. It almost knocked down Arcia, but his shortstop arm plenty strong enough.
The ball was hitting a little bit.
110 off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, talk about Nelson Cruz definitely getting up there in age. Bat speed's not as fast as it used to be, but ball can still jump off his bat.
And you understand why the Nationals signed Cruz. They wanted to have somebody to help protect Juan Soto in this lineup.
Absolutely.
And Cruz has done a reasonably good job of that on a 1-year deal. Here's Luis Garcia. This kid's a good-looking player. About his 0 for 2 tonight. This young man has 42 hits since the 1st of June. That's the 4th most of any player in the National League. But you didn't know that. I didn't.
No.
And I would imagine, Jeff, that's the path forward for the Nationals. Mike Rizzo's their general manager. Davey Martinez, their skipper. They've been a terrific draft and develop organization, just like the Braves have. That's going to be their path forward once they figure out what they can do with Soto and who they keep or trade at the deadline.
Yeah, it's possible sell of the team too. Just a lot of things going on right now.
2 balls, 2 strikes.
And again, we were talking to Bob Carpenter, Kevin Frandsen, some of the announcers over there, and they talked again about Nats never getting to celebrate the World Series really in 2020.
The 2-2 pitch. Swing and he missed. Charlie Morton, 92 pitches through 6 brilliant innings. He enjoys an 8-2 lead.
Brought to you by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealers today. Toyota, let's go places. The Georgia Lottery. Today could be the day. And by CarShield. CarShield cars go further.
Charlie Morton is through 6 innings with a 6-run lead as the Braves and Nationals kick off a weekend set. 9-1-2 coming up for Atlanta here in the home half of the inning. MLB.TV is now $94.99. Watch all out-of-market regular season games live or on demand, plus MLB Big Inning. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for all the details. It's been fun detailing Michael Harris's night tonight. He's 2 for 2, 2 RBIs, 2 runs scored, and now he'll face veteran Erasmo Ramirez.
And don't forget the great outfield play too last inning. 6.12 against career against Atlanta. It's going to sink and cut the fastball, not overpowering, and then mix in a slider.
Another man that got a minor league invite for the Washington Nationals. Ramirez spent most of his career with the Seattle Mariners. And he's pitched with 6 other teams now after debuting 10 years ago in Seattle. One ball, 1 strike for Michael. Little dribbler, race to the first base bag. This might be close, and ball dropped. Harris is aboard.
Keeps his perfect night. 3rd hit of the night for Michael. Sometimes, Chip, it's about hitting in the right place. With his speed, you force to look at that. Bell had to rush to get that, and even if Ramirez makes that play clean, does not get him with that speed.
We got to get an insert for Michael's helmet. It's flying off all the time, which is fun to see. And he got the ear flap.
They got it fixed.
Fixed, yeah. So back to the top, and Ronald Acuna Jr., who will be starting for the National League at the All-Star game in a couple of weeks in Los Angeles, the overall leading vote getter. Braves did such a great job with their All-Star voting campaign. Adam Zimmerman and the Brave staff with the awesomely creative movie posters. Acuna, the first player to lead his league in votes in back-to-back seasons since Albert Pujols did that with the Cardinals. And Acuna has had a all-star night tonight, a towering 3-run homer that busted the game open in the Braves 5-run fifth. Here are your National League All-Star starters. Bryce Harper is the DH, but he's hurt. He will not be playing. So we'll see if William Contreras gets that nod. He was second to Harper in the DH voting at one point.
A couple Contreras brothers starting the All-Star game.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Yeah.
Outside to Acuna, 3 balls, no strikes.
Hey, Ramirez better be real careful here on this 3-0 pitch.
8-2 game. Harris at first. He did swing, and a ground ball to short. There's one, and the peg to first is in time for a double play. So Acuna's retired. So is Michael Harris. 2 away for Dansby Swanson, who has a pair of hits. Let's quickly enjoy a word from Delta.
Delta, proud to be the official airline of the 2021 World Champion Atlanta Braves.
Dansby's 2 for 3 with an RBI tonight. Continues to dominate on his home field at the plate. And taken low. So the starters are named for the National and American Leagues. Now we'll see who earns reserve spots. Dansby is certainly deserving of that.
Yep.
The 1-0 pitch. Mentioned Adam Zimmerman and his staff, those great movie posters. If he had put together a promo for you, it would have been The French Connection.
Oh, I like that.
Right?
Good ring.
Two balls, no strikes. Ouch. It's 2-1. Hit the dirt first. That always helps, right?
Little sinker. You can see Ramirez not overpowering. 92, 93.
Two balls and a strike. Base is empty. A flinch, but ball 3. Same two teams tomorrow as you look at this close call. A nice frame job by Ruiz, but it appeared off the plate.
It's kind of a crossfire.
Kyle Wright and Patrick Corbin will be the starting pitchers in the middle game of the series.
Corbin's been much better as of late. Got off to a bad start this year, but from what I've heard, that slider chip is back, having that late break to it, and that's his pitch.
Kyle Wright is 9-4. He shares team honors and wins with Max Fried, who's 9-2. And Ian Anderson will face off with Paulo Espino on Sunday afternoon. Then the Mets are in town. We're going to have great pitching matchups for that series. Boy, it's going to be a lot of fun Monday night. As this one right up the middle and a base hit. It's a 3-hit game for Swanson. Jeff, as opposed to the first 4 weeks of the season when he gets 2 strikes and would be so anxious to make contact and swing and miss, he's been great with 2 strikes, and he's using the middle of the field.
Look at, he's the big part. Ball knuckled right back up the middle. And you remember him talking about how he was so disgusted watching his swing, watching his mechanics. He decided to do something about it, and it has paid off in a big way.
So 3 more hits for the Braves shortstop. He's 2 away from 100 hits for the season. And Matt Olson, the batter. Matt got the scoring started in the first inning with a majestic home run that carried out into the chop house seats in the first inning. Matt Olson's run into Erasmo a couple of times from their days in the American League. Looking for his first hit against him in the Braves' 6th. Marlins and Mets battle into the 7th inning. Miami still leads 2-1. Here the Braves have scored in every inning, with the exception of the 5th. They haven't broken through yet here in the 6th. The threat continues with Dansby aboard and 2 outs. Smoked into the shift. Who wants this? Diving stop, ball trickles into right center. Olson's on his way to second. Nobody covers the bag. He'll stand there with 2 outs.
Oh, great base running by Matt Olson. Chip realizing nobody's at second base, and he got a free bag. Gets a double out of it. Smart move. No one there.
So 33 doubles now for Olson. And the shift caught the Nationals there. So Riley tries to break into the hit parade. Atlanta has 11 of them tonight. 8 runs on 11 hits.
Let's see if Riley and Ozuna can join the party here back to back.
Little pop on the first pitch, and Garcia short will handle that. Braves threaten, don't score in the 6th. We head to the 7th. Bottom part of the order coming up. Atlanta's in command. It's brought to you by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there. By the All South Highway Safety Team, play it safe, slow down. And by LG Cord Zero, the all-in-one vacuum with auto empty. The Braves are proud to host Alumni Weekend July 29th through the 31st when the Diamondbacks come to town. The weekend includes the Alumni Parade through the Battery on Friday, Home Run Derby competition. Jeff's working out for that. Braves Hall of Fame induction ceremony, alumni autographs on Saturday the 30th, and a live broadcast of Behind the Braves podcast on Sunday the 31st. Braves.com/alumni weekend is the place to go for more information. Leo Mazzoni, Joe Adcock, and Joe Torre.
Yep.
Will be inducted. And because of COVID, we haven't been able to enjoy a Hall of Fame induction for the last couple of years. As Keibert Ruiz leads off against Morton in the 7th. And Charlie gets ahead of him 0-2. Beautiful thing about the Hall of Fame is it gives us all a chance to relive and remember the history of this great Braves franchise. Joe Torre was a great player, was a manager here in Atlanta in the early 80s when Dale Murphy was so dominant in the National League. Braves finished first, second, and second in the National League West in 82, 83, and 84. Of course, Leo Mazzoni, legendary pitching coach here, and Joe Adcock in his time, one of the great sluggers in the history of the major leagues. Olson handles that one at the belt buckle for out number 1.
Man, this is exactly what you wanted Charlie Morton to come out and do. 96 pitches, get him 2 more outs, get him through 7 innings. Like we said, save this bullpen. They've going on a stretch here where they've played 13. This is the 11th straight game in a row, and then of course you have 10 more, so 21 in a row to finish before the break.
It's a
lot. It's a heavy workload.
As Yadiel Hernandez digs in, an infield hit for him. That was the diving attempt by Matt Olson. And that's in for a strike. And when you factor in too the workload of the bullpen in that series with the Cardinals, those games were all very entertaining, very competitive, and for the most part very close. Those guys in the pen need a little bit of a breather too.
Oh, yeah. Anytime you're starting to give you 7, and especially in this type of game worth 8-2, you feel good about it.
So Michael Franco is the hitter. 2 outs, bases empty. Charlie at 98 pitches as we enjoy a quick word from Zaxby's.
Fried chicken salad under 600 calories with the dressing? You better believe it. Only at Zaxby's.
Michael Franco is 0 for 2. And after Charlie takes care of him, we will send you to the stretch presented by Synovus. Lauren Jabara is hosting tonight. And we'll be talking about the terrific performance of Charlie Morton, who's in line to win his 5th game of the season.
Figured they could talk about a lot of things tonight.
Yeah.
But Charlie is a good one to start with.
The 0-2 pitch sweeps off the plate. It's 1-2. Little pop that is swirling toward the seats and ladled foul by Michael Franco. It's still a ball and 2 strikes. Well, that's what you love about Charlie Morton. The game that to me has been the most impressive was the one he pitched in Colorado against the Rockies, where he struggled so mightily early in the game but willed his way through 5 innings, a game the Braves won. He's had excellent stuff his last 4 or 5 starts, including tonight. And as I know Paul Byrd has talked about this, I don't want to say it's easy, but it's much easier when you have your A+ stuff to win. It's can you keep your team in the game when you don't.
Yep.
And Mr. Morton has done that again for the Braves this year. The pitch.
And then when your team gives you what they did offensively tonight, Charlie did exactly what he was supposed to, other than that 2-run homer to Soto, which he's going to do to no matter who's pitching sometimes. Thought he's been outstanding.
Yeah, he's truly dropped the tomahawk on these guys here in game 1. There's a 3-2 pitch to Franco. Swing and a miss. That's how you finish. A milestone strikeout for Charlie Morton, number 1,600 of his career. He is through 7 with a big lead in Atlanta tonight. It's 8-2 your score. What a perfect segue for Lauren and the guys to break down things on the stretch. Lauren, take it away.
The Stretch is brought to you by Synovus, the bank that helps you get there.
Welcome into The Stretch, presented by Synovus. Lauren Jabara here with Peter Moylan, Brian Jordan. Chip Carey said it best. Charlie Morton, another solid start tonight. 7 innings pitched, 6 strikeouts, Peter.
Yeah, he's been really good. It was about 4 or 5 starts ago where we started to see a change in Charlie. He found something at the back end of 2 starts and then gradually improved since then. And the last 4 have been absolutely incredible. Back-to-back starts now, going 7 innings. He was definitely fine. It sounds like it's against Cincinnati last week, where he only gave up 1 run. But tonight, BJ, he was just as good against a pretty good Washington lineup.
He was, and I said it before the show. I think he worked his way back into shape, and all of a sudden now we're seeing the fruits of his labor. Look at those guys, all 4 guys almost with 100 strikeouts. But Morton continues to move forward every outing. That's 2 7-inning games in a row. had 8 strikeouts today. You got to love what you see out of Charlie Morton.
Charlie Morton playing phenomenal. Kyle Wright on the mound tomorrow. He's averaging over a strikeout per inning, so he's hoping to eclipse that 100K mark for the season as well. We'll get you back to Braves baseball, but first, a word from our friends at Synovus.
Get going. Get after it. Get momentum. Then, get more of it. Wherever potential leads you next, get there with a bank you trust.
Lauren, great job with the stretch. 8-2 is our score. Charlie Morton, 7 tremendous innings with 7 strikeouts. Nick Green, you talked about Charlie and how well he's been pitching of late. I assume this one goes into that category as well, would you say?
Yeah, it definitely does. And when you look at Charlie and how well he's thrown the ball, well, the fact is he's going deep in the ball game. For the last 5, he's gone 7 innings. That's what you want out of your starters. When you talk to Brian Snitker, he talks about trying to get rest for that bullpen. Well, these starters have been excellent. And since June 1st, guys, they've gone at least, since June 1st, the 26-8 record. They're at 5.79 innings per starter, which is 2nd in the National League and 4th in Major League Baseball. So they've done a great job.
So Morton, if he's finished tonight, I'm guessing he would be.
Yeah, I would think so.
A hot night. 7 innings, 4 hits, 2 runs earned, 3 walks, 7 strikeouts. The solo homer accounted for the 2 Washington runs. And the Braves have a 6-run lead.
Yeah,
69 strikes.
Yeah, 105 pitches. That's a good way to end it.
They play Ozuna to pull, and the 0-2 pitch is fouled straight back. Marcell 0 for 2 with a walk, trying to extend his hitting streak to 7 games. And fouled straight back. Talked all night about how hot and humid it is in Atlanta. Our great weather forecaster, Larry Wayne Jones, who's watching tonight, tells us that it's raining north of town.
I hope he's a bad forecaster.
No balls, 2 strikes. I'm afraid, though, if anyone knows about hydration, it would be he, and he's usually right on the money with that.
One of the best in the game.
Yes. But it is an official game tonight. 8-2 the score. Nobody on or out for Ozuna versus Erasmo Ramirez. And on the ground is short. Garcia to his right, loads up and gets his man 1 out. Here's Eddie. Eddie scored a run tonight. Eight runs on 11 hits for the Braves. 2 runs, 4 hits for Washington. And popped up. Can Franco catch up? He will. In fact, overran it in foul ground. But there's the 2nd out.
Before we get to Contreras, let's take a quick message from Landmark.
Hi friends, I'm Chip Carey, in between innings for Landmark More. Landmark's hitting it out of the park every day. That's why they're #1, because nobody beats the Giant. Nobody.
Contreras has scored 2 runs. He hit an opposite field home run. Braves have bashed 3 homers in this game tonight. 130 of them as a team this season. And on the ground at short, Contreras will be made short work of, and Erasmo Ramirez a 1-2-3-7. To the 8th we go. The Braves on their way in game 1.
Welcome to the Friday Night Showdown, presented by Kaiser Permanente.
Top of the 8th inning, 8-2. Atlanta has the lead. Fans, get your phones ready to scan the Coors Light check-in to chill QR code. That is coming up soon as you see Colin McHugh. Boy, has he been good by and large over his last 10 games. He picks up Charlie Morton, who went 7, allowing just 2 runs. See if McHugh can get the final 6 outs and salt away victory number 1 in this 3-game series. He'll start with Lane Thomas.
So we know in this type of game, again, like this, he's going to fill up that strike zone. Let your defense go to work.
There you go. Ground ball to third on the second pitch. Riley shoots that across in time. 1 away. Thomas 1 for 3. And back to the top, and Cesar Hernandez. Braves are doing what they need to do. 15-11 this year against the National League East. They've played quite a few fewer games against divisional foes than the Mets. And they are beating up on the Nationals, who have gone 7-30 this year against divisional opponents. Again, you want to win the division, you have to beat the division. And to do that in this very talent-laden National League East, got to take advantage of the rebuilding clubs. And McHugh gets a comebacker. Hernandez made short work of. 2 outs. So as we promised, take out your phone, scan the QR code on your screen. It's your chance to check into chill. Coors Light's pricing out the ultimate Braves experience. They'll treat you and a guest to a Coors Light decorated hotel room located in the Battery Atlanta, and tickets to a game.
Can we do that? Can we scan it?
You know, I don't know what the rules are on that.
I'd like a decorated Coors Light room.
You know, you're the kind of guy that you'd probably get the top deck at the Omni Hotel, right?
I don't know about that.
Yeah, looking out over the field here.
Look, I bet it's a good view.
During the COVID year, speaking of Larry Wayne Jones, he had a room overlooking one of the games here at Truist Park one time.
Part of his retirement package.
Probably. He was even kind enough to wave to us. Remember that?
I do remember that.
Well, the Battery is jumping. Oh, the restaurants outside the ballpark have been jam-packed. Everybody having a great time. And with the Braves pushing toward first place, this truly is the hottest ticket in town. There are still some available for the rest of this weekend, some for the Mets series. I know it's the start of a work week, but the Braves love the support. Another sellout crowd here tonight. 41,725 are here for the Friday night affair. And to a man, they will tell you, as Soto shoots one to left and has a 2-strike 2-out hit. It pops away from Rosario, but no further advance. These guys will tell you they are feeding off the energy of this place, and I think, Jeff, that's reflected in the home record.
100%. When you have that many people coming out, support you all the time, I'm telling you, it's a lot easier to get yourself motivated to play than playing somewhere where there's only 12,000 people at a game.
So you live with the Soto single. Look, if he gets 3 or 4 more singles in the series and that's it, I think we'd take that.
Yeah. Or just keep scoring 8 runs like this and, quite frankly, do what you need to do.
Exactly right. that works too. 8 runs on 11 hits. Bell 0 for 3 has hit the ball in the air twice, on the ground once. A double play, and this one is foul past first. Hey, Eric Young Jr., a nice play. Flips it into the Braves dugout. I hope he said, "Dad, that's how you do it."
Flip it right to him.
He's talking to somebody. That was a special moment early in the year when Eric Young Sr. and Jr. exchanged lineup cards before one of the Braves Nationals games here in Atlanta. 1-1 pitch. Almost as emotional as when the Contreras brothers did the same.
Yeah.
Eric was briefly a Brave. As Josh Bell digs in, 2 balls and a strike. Braves need 4 more outs. As Colin readies with his 2-2 pitch. And right to Matt Olson. The Braves need 3 more outs. Good inning for Colin McHugh. Atlanta 8, Washington 2. In the first 4 innings for Atlanta here in game 1. Fireworks to follow what is now an 8-2 Atlanta lead. Arcia, Harris, and Ronald Acuna Jr. are coming up for their last at bats, we hope, here tonight. Arcia's walked, scored, grounded out, and has struck out. On the ground the other way. It's another opposite field hit. So a good start for Atlanta in the 8th inning. Michael Harris is coming up. He's a perfect 3 for 3, Jeff, and he's been almost perfect, as have the Braves since he came up. That's our Synovus Get There feature.
Well, look at what this outfield, as we talked about, was able to stabilize. Slugged .484, OPS .798. Home runs, look at 25 by this outfield. Extra base hits, so it's just been, like we said, allowed Duvall to get his legs under him. Acuna kind of moving that right field role. Now Rosario's back. You cross your fingers, but you love the way things are trending.
I keep going back to the 05 season because it was my favorite year with the Braves, other than the World Series year last year. But that's kind of what you and Brian and the others who came up did for that edition of the Braves team. You stabilized some things, you lengthened lineups, you improved the team defensively too. All of which is repeating with Michael Harris coming up.
Well, you know, you got the guys in the middle of the lineup, so all of a sudden you come up, and like with me and Brian, you know, when we came up, Edgar and Chipper and Andrew, you know, you had so many guys that you were towards the bottom of the lineup. Bobby just said, play great defense and give me everything you got on the offensive side.
Yeah, you didn't have to be the guys at the plate, right?
It's huge because a lot of young guys in some organizations come up and they need to be that guy.
And so for Michael, who's come up, and that was the big question, 40 some odd games at AA, was he ready for this fight? There were many who wondered if he was. Well, he's proving he is. And maybe that's changing the expectations of young players who spend so much time in the minor leagues. In the old days, it would have been said he was rushed up here.
Yeah.
How many at-bats do you remember having before you got called up?
I think we looked it up. I think it was like 1350. That's what Snit, remember we were talking about a couple times how Michael had close to 800 or so. But again, you know, he got to spend some time in that
alternate
site facing Kyle Wright. Some of those guys, they were getting going, you know, so to me that was a huge bonus too.
1-2 pitch. So I guess my point is a lot of teams are starting to factor in, well, do we want guys getting these at bats in AA or AAA when they can learn on the job and maybe help us do our jobs better at this level. And Michael is certainly seizing the opportunity he's been given and is making a strong case for Rookie of the Year. Full count.
We can see how he's taken those pitches too. He's got a great outlook. You know how they played the big shift against him? That shift's really softened on Michael now. Still shaded a little bit that way, but Garcia's not on the other side of the bag.
Acuna's next with nobody out, man at first. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a drive. Hammered into the second deck of the chop house.
Get you some, boy. Holy. You talk about a way to cap off a perfect night. You play outstanding defense. You're 3 for 3. You work the count back to 3-2. 94, Chip, up in the zone. Look at this. Look at that follow through.
I'm going to make a bold prediction. Michael Harris is not going to hit ninth for the rest of his major league career.
No, he's not. But right now, I'll tell you what, it's a good spot for him.
4 RBI night, 3 runs, a home run. He scored 3 times, and the Braves have a 10-2 lead. Great news in New York. The Marlins have extended their lead over the Mets. It's 4-1 Miami. That game is in the top of the 8th. This crowd's still buzzing over the Harris home run.
That's top of the chop house. You know what's impressive about that AB again, Chip, is he was down in the count 1-2. He took 2 close pitches, a little bit up and out of the zone, and then got a strike.
So on this first night of this series, it's a night of firsts for Michael Harris. First career 4-hit game. First 4 RBI game. And the first just keep piling up for the Braves kid center fielder. Unbelievable.
Look where this thing went. On a line, too. That ball was still rising.
That guy looked like you trying to catch Arcia's pop-up the other day. I don't blame him. That was an absolute missile. I didn't get the exit velo, but it was a lot. Yes. 112 we're told. As Wash knocks that one down, and Ronald limping around fouled that ball off his foot. Remember, he hurt himself when the Giants were here and missed a couple of days when the Braves were in Philadelphia. He's got that big padded toe protector. And you always wondered, did it maybe hit the same spot that was sore before? Let's see where it got him.
Right on the end of the foot.
Two balls, 2 strikes. And Acuna is down swinging, and he's going to limp to the Braves dugout. So George Poulos, the Braves trainer, talking things over with Snit. Wonder if Acuna will be taken down as the rain begins to fall here. It's a 10-2 game.
Well, Larry warned us.
Don't you hate it when he's right? It's coming down pretty good. Don't want to stop this game in a 10-2 score, but think we got no choice. So at 10 o'clock on the button.
I'm blaming Chipper on this.
Yep, it's always his fault. And it is really pouring. You know what? We can blame Michael Harris. He hit the ball so hard he brought rain. Braves have hit 4 homers tonight. Don't know if this will be a passing shower or not, but already the infield's taking on some shine.
I was about to say, if you don't get this thing on sooner than later, that infield is going to get soaked.
So we've had our share of heat and humidity in Atlanta. At long last, at 10 o'clock, the skies have opened up here at Truist Park. Braves have a 10-2 lead. Ed Mangan and the grounds crew will get that waterlogged tarp over the infield as quickly as they can, as game 1 of this series will now be delayed. Those guys work so hard, so anonymously, not just with the tarp, but getting the field ready for batting practice, getting ready for play. And they don't get much of a break either with the heat, the humidity, and the roasting hot weather in Atlanta. And after about 2 minutes or so, they get the infield covered up. Here at Truist Park, playing surface ought to be in pretty good shape once the bad weather passes us by. So Atlanta has a 10-2 lead. It's a rain delay here at Truist Park. Braves have hit 4 home runs. Charlie Morton is in line to pick up the win, but we are in a holding pattern as Mother Nature has intervened here in game 1. We'll step aside quickly for a break, come back to Atlanta with the Braves up by 8. And with the Braves up in the 8th inning with 1 out and a couple of runs in, looks like the Nationals don't want to risk going ever deeper into their bullpen, Jeff. So they'll bring on a position player down 8 runs to try to get this game to the 9th inning and hopefully into the win column for Atlanta.
Yeah, Alcides Escobar will come in. We talked between it. At this point, it doesn't make sense to warm up another guy if you're the Nats. You see, pitched on July 5th. So he's fresh. He's hot.
He's fresh and he's ready to go. Erasmo Ramirez out of the game after 2 1/3 innings. He gave up 4 hits, 2 runs. The Michael Harris home run was a mammoth shot. Brought the rains at 10 o'clock Eastern time. And Dansby Swanson, you recall, was in the batter's box for the Braves. If you're just tuning in and wondering why we're still going on here, well, the Braves scored in each of the first 4 innings tonight. Matt Olson a solo homer in the first. Michael Harris a 2-run double. Acuna a 3-run homer, part of a 5-run second. Contreras a solo homer in the third. RBI hit for Dansby in the 4th. And then Michael Harris a 2-run homer in the 8th. Charlie Morton started, went 7, was brilliant. And the Aphis is in for a strike, and after an hour and 16 minutes, we are underway. As Jeff mentioned, July 5th was the first Alcides Escobar pitching appearance. You hear Keibert Ruiz giving him the signs verbally. And this one tomahawk to third. And Dansby flips the bat away. And he is the second out of the inning. It's a great thing that position players can do it. But Jeff, I've heard hitters say they hate facing him because of the bad habits you can fall into trying to time him up.
Yeah, you definitely can, especially on something like this. It's literally 50 miles per hour.
I want to see d'Arnaud pinch hit and get hit with a pitch again and collapse like he did earlier this year.
Did a great job, Benny.
That one 82. That's respectable.
Trying to heat him up.
And that's ball 4. So the inning continues for Austin Riley, who's looking for his first hit of the game. Riley, Ozuna, and Rosario have been held hitless. Funny game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Your 4, 5, 6 guys.
This might be the one though that can get him on the board.
Swing and a shot hammered into the corner. That is going to get down for a base hit. Olson will gingerly make his way to third base, and Austin Riley hesitated. He was going to head back to first, but he'll move up with a double with 2 outs. And they're at second and third, so Riley has 21 two-base hits. He's the only player in the big leagues, by the way, with 20 or more homers and 20 or more doubles.
Hey, look, if they're going to throw it, you can pad the stats. I'll tell you this, 1 for 5 with a double looks a lot better than 0 for 5. Now let's see if Marcell can join it.
Ozuna's hit the ball to shortstop 3 times tonight. When we say this man is throwing below hitting speed, this is the literal definition of that. Smoked, and that is a fair ball on the backswing. Ozuna hit Keibert Ruiz. He's got a hit and 2 RBIs. The Braves add on. It's 12-2. Well, Ozuna's been doing that a lot. He plunked Romine last night. He gets Ruiz here. That's at least 3 or 4 times in the last 10 days where his big swing is in an opposing catcher.
That's the last thing you want in this type of game.
So Ozuna's hit streak is now at 7 games. It's the follow through.
Yep.
Bang.
Oh.
Took the mask right off.
Did.
So Eddie Rosario now is the only Brave in the game by my scorebook without a hit.
And you can really say too, he's pounding the zone.
On the ground and into the shift, and that will at last send us to inning number 9. The Braves played 4 in the 8th. It's a 12-2 game. Big smile for Alcides Escobar. Completed 8 innings. Guillermo Heredia will check in and play right field. Remember, Ronald Acuna Jr. fouled the ball off his foot in the 8th inning, struck out, and was limping noticeably back toward the Braves dugout. Hopefully that's nothing severe, but after an hour and 16 or hour and 17-minute rain delay, get him off his feet, get some treatment, and hopefully have him ready to go with a quick turnaround tomorrow. Jackson Stevens will come in and try to finish things up in the 9th inning. He's the 3rd pitcher for the Braves tonight. Charlie Morton, 7 innings, 2 runs. Colin McHugh, 1 inning, scoreless. And now Stevens, Jeff, ready to get the final 3 outs.
Yeah, agreed. You give him a chance to get off his feet, get some treatment. Hopefully he can be back in there for the 4:10 day game,
which will feature Kyle Wright and Patrick Corbin. We'll have Braves Live for you beginning at 3:30. We'll also have Braves Live post game in just a few minutes, we hope, as the Braves have scored 12 runs on 15 hits tonight. They have blasted 4 homers. Michael Harris, a 4-hit, 3-run, 4 RBI day. And I'm guessing, just a guess, that Nick Green's going to want to talk to him after the Braves salt this one away.
Well, I would hope that's his choice.
Nelson Cruz, a ball and 2 strikes. He is 0 for 2 with a walk. And that's our 3 outs away from losing their 56th game. In the air toward left center. Harris calls everybody off and makes the grab. And Michael has ranged from pillar to post. How apropos is that? He made a great catch earlier tonight, too.
Yeah, Rosario's saying, hey, spread the love. Let me catch that one. But we've seen all night, Michael, what a game. Offensively, defensively. Player of the game.
Braves had 7 two-strike RBIs in this game. Michael had 4 of them. And as we said, that has been the calling card for the Braves during this remarkable 26-8 run since June the 1st. Putting the ball in play, cashing in just about every opportunity they get, and second to only the Yankees in home runs in Major League Baseball, now with 131 of them as a club. Luis Garcia, the hitter, with 1 out. He's 0 for 3. And as we talk, and rightfully so, about how good the offense looked tonight, we can't stress it enough, Jeff. The job Charlie Morton did in this game. Charlie's been good, but he was excellent.
The only thing he did was give up a 2-run homer to Soto, which, again, nothing to hang your head about on that one.
So Morton 2 outs away from his 5th win, as that's out of play. The Braves have gone 9-7 in his starts this year, but more importantly, to your point about how he's rounding into form, you count this one tonight, in his last 12, the Braves are about to go 9-3 when he pitches. And that's what you want. Give your team a chance to win, and Charlie did that. On the ground, right into the shift. The peg to first is in time, and the Braves are an out away from picking up the game in the East.
What we get spoiled about now is just seems every night right now this starting pitching, Chip, is on a nice run. You know, 5 guys, 5 nights, and you keep running them out, keep running them through. They've been fortunate enough to stay healthy. When you do that with this offense, you're going to win a lot of ball games.
Yeah, the ERA for the starters in July is around 1.
Yep.
You keep that up, you're going to gain some ground, and Atlanta has done that. Mets were beaten by Miami tonight, 5-2. That was Bassett and Pablo Lopez. In New York, 1-0 pitch, and a beauty, evens the count. Surely Sandy Alcantara's lying in wait for the Mets in that series. For Miami, that would help us perhaps.
Let's hope so.
As Keibert Ruiz takes outside, 2 balls and a strike. Reds beat Tampa Bay tonight 2-1. A walk-off balk ended that game.
Former Brave Matt Whistler.
The pitch. It's inside, 3 balls and a strike. Jackson Stevens has done a nice job for the Braves. He's picked up important innings. Heck, any inning in a big league game is important.
Yep.
And if he works efficiently here, he should be good to go tomorrow or on Sunday. 41,000 plus were here at the start of the night. They want to see Stevens end the game and get to the fireworks on a rainy Friday night. The 3-2 pitch. Jackson's ready, and so's Ruiz. And skied out of play foul. 4:10 start tomorrow, a 1:35 start on Sunday. The 3-2 again. Line toward left. Eddie is there, and the Braves have their 50th win. 12-2 is your final score. Michael Harris had 4 hits, 4 RBIs. He was great. So was Charlie, and the fireworks are going to be fun tonight.
They are. 75-minute delay. You had to wait to get to that end result, but what a dominating performance by the Braves tonight. The open, Chip, what we talk about. Don't overlook with the Mets coming into town. They did none of that tonight. They went out, took care of business the way you were supposed to. Playing very confidently right now.
So this stretch of 10 games before the All-Star break in the East starts the right way. The Braves blow out Washington in Game 1 behind Charlie Morton's brilliance. and Michael Harris's great work afield and at the plate. Ronald hit a home run too. Plenty of fireworks for the Braves, who blasted 4 homers, and the fun continues tomorrow with Game 2 of the series. Our coverage starts at 3:30 Eastern on Bally Sports Southeast. For Nick Green, for Jeff Raincourt, and our entire crew, Chip Carey, thank you for joining us. And on this rainy Friday night, Braves a winner, 12-2. Stick around. Braves Live is coming up next.